each class I try to get something, some information across that goes beyond just simple karate. It has to do with kind of like how you get along out there at school, at home, with friends, with family, things like that. Okay? We're using this book here, Injun Miles, The Journey to Success. And I noticed somebody got a copy of it. I saw a copy over there just a little while ago. And it's a story of these great characters. All right, we got Inch, that's an inchworm. We got Miles, he's a mouse. And we have Mr. Wooden, he's the teacher. Now, Mr. Wooden gives them an assignment. He says, I want you to go out and I want you to build a pyramid. It's going to be a pyramid of success. Each adventure you have is going to teach you one of the blocks of that pyramid. When you get done, you'll have all the information you need to make yourself successful. So off they go. And so far, we've completed the bottom part of the pyramid. All right, we started off with hard work. Remember the things in that work. Don't complain. Work before you play. That's an important one. Enthusiasm. Joy in your heart, smile on your face, passion. Friendship. You share first, and others will share with you. You show respect, and others will show you respect. Remember, to make a friend, you've got to be a friend. All right, loyalty. Cheer up a sad friend, and be there for them if everyone else runs out on them. Be honest and truthful. And finally, we've done cooperation. Work is one in all you do. When you help others, they will help you. And don't always insist on having it your way if there's a better way to get a group thing done. Okay? All right, so here we go. They came to a little clearing in the forest, beautiful, crystal blue lake. They decided to take a swim. Put on their goggles, jump right into the water. Start swimming around in there. This beautiful rainbow trout comes swimming over and waves at them, smiles, and does one of these with the fin. Like, come, follow me, follow me. So they started following her down. They go down to the bottom of the lake, and with their fin, she's pointing at something down there, and it's the word Tess. And they realize, that's her name. This is Tess the Trout. And they go a little bit further, and there written again on the bottom is this week's clue. And this is what Tess had for them. If success is your great goal, you must practice self-control. Use common sense in all you do. Controlling emotions is helpful too. I knew a fish who took the bait. Good judgment gone, the hook he ate. He lost a battle with his will. With self-control, he'd be here still. Okay? Common sense. One thing Tess is talking about here. Common sense is the good judgment that we get from experiences, not from studying. You don't get this in school. Some of it we're born with. We're born with this little mechanism inside of us that doesn't want to get hurt in any way. We don't like pain. We don't look up at the sun because it hurts, so we look away. We don't want to get hurt. That's one part of common sense. Another part we learn from experiences. Everybody, I think, here knows, don't pet a lion because you could get bit. That's no good. Okay? So these common sense things are things that we sort of either were born with or we've learned from our life experiences. And the thing you have to watch out for, though, is whenever we take a fantasy world and we place that right next to this common sense world that we're building, sometimes things can get a little bit blurry. Some of the video games I know that I've seen are very, very realistic. And I think if someone were playing those hours and hours a day, it may make it a little bit more difficult to remember what the common sense things are and separate that from the little fantasy worlds that the video games allow us to play. Everything in moderation, I guess. All right? And then controlling emotions. Extreme behaviors come from extreme emotions. When we get real angry, we kind of say do things we wish we hadn't. And when we get really sad, we can say and do things we wish we really hadn't. It's really important to control as best we can those emotional impulses when they start getting a little bit out of control. Okay? That's hard for young people to do. It's hard for old people to do. But it's hard for young people to do. But the more you learn how to do that, the more grown up you become. And sometimes I can talk and sit with a 10-year-old who's a little bit more mature than maybe a 40-year-old. So you never really know. It's always an individual thing. Okay? All right, so they figured it out. Their block for this week is...
The
She's not going to the hook. She's not going to be fooled like her friend was. Okay? For the adults, for the grown-ups, Coach Wooden said it like this: practice self-discipline and keep emotions under control. Good judgment and common sense are essential. Self-discipline. You know there's a rule you're not supposed to jump on your bed. Most houses have that rule. Now, if you're jumping on your bed and mom or dad say, don't jump on the bed, go, oh, sorry, man, and you stop, that was good, but that's discipline. If you know you're not supposed to do it, and you don't do it because you know you're not supposed to, that is self-discipline. And that's what you need as you get older to make sure that you make better decisions and again, you find yourself getting successful in what you do. So we've begun the second level now of our pyramid with self-control being added. And the saying for that break is going to be control yourself so others won't have to. Okay, control. If you do what you're supposed to do, moms and dads won't always have to say, do this, do that, do this. Do what you're supposed to do. All right? So on they go to their next adventure, but Tess has a few family photos that she wanted to share. And this one here shows how some undersea creatures can work out using hooks as kind of a better device than what they were probably meant for. Okay? Then this little shark right here has figured out that he can use what's around him. So if you notice, that's a wave master bag that he's taking there. Okay? And then finally, some of them like to do movements that they see from some of the karate movies that they've watched. And so they practice those things. Okay? All right, give yourselves a hand.